Another Jackson author has come out. This guy ran security.
He's got the hairstyle, too, actually. If you were to make that hair black, that's exactly his hair.
Anyway, I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know either. What were we talking about?
It's crazy. We're talking about Jackson.
Okay.
Who, well, amongst other things, lately...
Did you see Michael walk into the room while you were watching the movie?
Yes.
How was he dressed?
He was nude. He started to tell us it was natural. It's just normal.
Could you tell whether or not his penis was erect?
Oh, jeez.
It was. Of course. He had a hard-on.
Well, that's the kind of thing, unfortunately, we've been forced to hear lately, this grand jury testimony. He's in deep, boy. I tell you, they only need
I
one...
hope they get him.
They only need one juror, unfortunately. But,
What, to screw it up, you mean?
this guy, this security guy, has written a book about his experience doing security for 3 years. And he wiped out, I guess, on his last day, hurt his back, and he's been walking with a cane ever since. And I don't think he got any satisfaction either in terms of, compensation, that sort of thing, which is typical. Jackson ends up in court almost invariably.
Yeah.
But his name is Bob Wegner. Roberto. And this book is very brief. And the print is very big.
Yeah.
But let's talk more about that later, because we're going to have him on the line here in a second.
It's a brochure. It really is almost a brochure.
You know what, though? The information's good. Every page is good, I will say that. Robert Wegner.
Morning.
How you doing, sir?
It's fine.
Good.
Well, we've read your book on Michael Jackson, and it certainly adds something to the puzzle.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see. 100 kids overnight in 3 years.
One kid could have been 10 times, 5 times, so it's not a number of children, a number of times.
Well, you know what I always notice about Michael Jackson is he's always talking about his love of the children. Everything is about the children. But when it comes to the children, there's never any little girls in the mix. Never. It's always the little boys, even though the little girls are children also.
Yeah, out of the 100, how many of them were girls?
One.
One?
Well, there you go. For first-hand evidence, you were there. There you have it.
I'm dying to know, who's the magic one?
I don't know. It was a sister of one of the boys that was in the room.
Oh, it's obviously pushy and wouldn't leave, probably.
Yeah, a fluke.
You mentioned at one point about Jordy yelling at Michael Jackson. It's a little bit unusual for a 12-year-old kid to yell at an adult who's, showing him this life of video games and golf cart rides and roller coasters and all that, and he says, "Get the F away from me." And was there any context to that? Do you have any idea why he yelled at him?
No, they were talking at a distance. We had to follow him when he was around the ranch at a distance for his protection. And they were just talking, and all of a sudden he just lets out with this get away from me, and kind of caught me off guard because, why are they talking to Michael that way? But I thought about it later. It was just another red flag that things that were going on, and who knows what he was proposing to him, and he was tired of it.
Well, is it possible they pinched his buttocks or something?
Well, I didn't see that. Of course, there was another kid that did the same thing,
Wasn't Macaulay Culkin? Didn't the same thing happen?
Same thing. And this wasn't just once. This was a couple of times.
Well, this suggests to me that Michael had obviously been very aggressive with these kids, probably in a sexual way, and turned these kids off. It began to bother them and upset them. And then when Michael would continue with his advances, they'd had enough and then said that, it sounds to me.
Well, you're thinking about the same lines I was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I was thinking that, what's going on here? Why would they be telling him to get away from him? Because they're supposed to be out there having a good time.
Yeah, right. And next thing you know, he's probably trying to touch them or saying something or,
Yeah. Well, he had, like I said, he had his favorites, that he or his other security would bring out to the ranch. And then there was the other ones that Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then there was, Michael had distant relatives that lived up in Santa Barbara County, and they had friends, and those friends came over and spent the weekend with them, and that's the 3 groups that come out there.
Now, Michael Jackson seems like such a peaceful guy and just so childlike and so, I mean, really a pretty wimpy guy when it comes down to it. Yet it sounds like he's got a bunch of thugs working for him. And I'm not referring to yourself, but you mentioned a county firefighter called you and said he'd been run off the road by Michael's security team. And also the security team had stopped a car they felt was following them, pulled the driver out of the car and beat him.
Yeah, that's true.
And now who might these people be?
That's the security staff that goes on tour with him.
But who are these people that they're so afraid of? The guy that's following them that they've pulled out of the car and beat up? You think that was a private investigator?
I don't know. It could have been anything, really, because he is very paranoid, about things.
Oh, he should be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody who's doing all that stuff better be watching their back.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that. I just blame the kind of tactics that these people use.
Was he present when this happened?
Yeah, but he was in another vehicle.
Right.
They were in a following vehicle. So.
Mm-hmm.
But he was well acquainted with the fact that somebody was beat by the side of the road like that.
Well, I don't know. Because he didn't stop. They stopped, so he could have gone on. He may not even be aware it happened.
Oh.
Boy, this is bizarre, all these animals there, too. You got a lion on the property, and somebody was throwing rocks at the lion from another property?
Yeah, that was Michael.
Oh, it was Michael?
Michael's throwing rocks at the lions?
You like to hear him roar.
Oh, my God.
Boy.
When they roar up that canyon, boy, it's really loud.
Did he hit the lions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's real nice.
We got word that somebody was throwing rocks at him, and so we put on a special patrol, and we found out it was him, so that was the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you guys had to take all these courses in how to handle these big boa constrictors and snakes and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So they were highly poisonous?
Yeah, very. We had antitoxins there, but that doesn't mean it was going to work.
Well, we know he likes snakes for obvious reasons.
Well, for all of these unique training, the unique training you had to go through, I would hope you were well paid for this work.
I made $40,000 a year.
$40,000 a year?
That's not bad. I mean,
not bad for back then.
Was it a lot of hours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you sleep on the premises there?
No.
No?
Okay.
No employees stayed on the premise. They had off-site where they stayed. I lived in Solvang, which is about 12 miles from the ranch.
Uh-huh. How many hours a week did you work?
It varied, but when Liz Taylor got married, I was his personal bodyguard in the wedding party. That was a 16-hour day.
Yeah.
Without a break.
Boy, oh boy. Did any of the other security people, did you guys ever get together and talk about things that you'd seen Michael Jackson do, or talk about, like, Joy, I think he's up to no good with these children and that sort of thing? Did you guys have those kinds of conversations?
Are you kidding? That was taboo. Nobody would even talk about it. They were afraid.
Not even off-site, like at the bar, like you go for a drink after with the guys or something like that?
Well, that wasn't my lifestyle, but...
yeah, okay.
But, no, everybody was afraid. They had their own probably suspicions, but they weren't about to voice them. Employment up in that area was not that easy to get. He had about between 100 and 120 employees working on the ranch.
Did you have access to his bedroom?
Only if he invited me in.
Did he invite you in ever?
Well, I had some packages were delivered to the front door once, brought them in. And then I was there when LAPD did their search warrant. I was also in the room then. But see, nobody was, when they came out and served their search warrant, nobody had a key. Because
right, he had the only key.
Well, his personal maid had a key, and that was all. But there was nobody there that could let him in, so they had to call a locksmith to get him into the house, into the bedroom.
Now, on Family Day in 1991, you guys all brought your families out there, and everybody's excited, I'm sure, to meet Michael Jackson, but he never showed up. Why didn't he show up?
Nobody ever found out. I mean, Michael was always doing that. I remember he was supposed to do on some benefit or something he'd signed up for, and about a week prior or a day prior to it, he was on television, and he was saying that he had hurt his ankle practicing his dance routine. and he was on crutches when he was on television. When he came out to the ranch, I never saw the crutches again.
By
the way, like a child, if he doesn't want to do something, he'll make up stories.
Yeah, so he just weasels out of everything.
Just like when he said on that interview that his nose had only had 2 operations on it.
Yeah.
Well, I saw his plastic surgeon come out there 26 to 30 times while I was there. Now, he only had a small bag and couldn't do any major surgeries, but he'd always have his mask on when the plastic surgeon left.
Right, so they were doing something to his nose.
Lie about something that stupid. How can you believe him in anything else?
Up close, what does Michael Jackson look like?
Well, when I first got there, it wasn't too bad. He changed over the years that I was there, but he wore a lot of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
He wore his mask a lot, whether the plastic surgeon had been out there or not.
Hey, tell us about Oprah's visit, because Oprah came out there for a pretty famous show she did, which aired in prime time, where she interviewed Michael, and she really asked him, I thought, some good questions. But how were the preparations for that, and how nuts was it? Because, you know, when you got Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jackson in the same property, that's some pretty serious security.
That's when I first saw his temper. Do you remember when they were interviewing, and all of a sudden this loud noise went off?
Yeah, it was a smoke alarm, wasn't it?
Right. He was livid. It took her 15 minutes to calm him down.
Why? What was it? What was he so bent out of shape about?
Things don't go right, don't go his way. He gets really upset.
Wow, but it was the stage lights that did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were so darn bright and hot, and that's what did it. But, you know, he was livid. And it really surprised me. I'd never seen that before. And I saw it one other time when Gregory Peck came out to visit him, and one of the gardeners ran up to get his autograph. Well, you don't do that. And this was a new employee, and I don't think he had been properly instructed. And Michael went, like I say, he doesn't cuss. He just rants and raves. He throws tantrums. So after Gregory Peck had left and he'd held his temper long enough, he wanted me to go fire him. And I said, Michael, he's new. He probably didn't get the instructions, you know. So I said, give the guy a break. He needs to work. So I talked him out of it. But, boy, he just was livid. There were 3 groups of children that came out to the ranch. I break them into 3 groups. One was the Make-A-Wish Foundation, or inner-city kids that come out on a school bus with chaperones, 60 or 70 of them, and they have a barbecue there and play games and all this, and then go home, and they were chaperoned. Michael had distant relatives that lived up in Santa Barbara. Those are the ones that spent the weekends a lot because they were friends of friends, and they brought them. The parents would bring them, drop them off at the front gate on a Friday night, either pick them up Sunday night or Monday morning, whichever was prearranged, and the parents were not allowed to come on the ranch. Then there was the 3rd group, which I call Michael's favorites. That's the ones he'd either bring out with him or his other security would bring out, and they would go on tour. One of them was the one that filed charges against him last time. Everybody says, well, if he is guilty, why hasn't there been more people come forward? Well, if you think about the Catholic Church and all the stuff that they've just come out here recently, these are all adults that are finally coming forward. A child takes on the guilt in a crime like this. And that's why it's so heinous, because their life is ruined.
Oh, it's heinous.
Life.
Yeah.
Because of that.
No,
so heinous.
You don't have to explain it to us. We understand the heinousness of it.
And then the other thing is that we don't know how many he has paid off that we never heard of.
Well, I'd be frightened to see his checkbook. We're talking to Robert Wegner. Robert works security for Michael Jackson. The book's called My 3 Years Working for Michael Jackson, December 1990, December 1993. And, Robert, where can we find this book?
You can get it from my author, which is authorhousepublisher.com, Amazon.com, and Barnes & Noble.
Tell us about the Elizabeth Taylor wedding. What a fascinating affair to be involved in. I mean, even doing security, I'm sure it had to be interesting as hell.
Yeah, especially with you protecting her, right? You were the main guard for him, right? You were the main guard for him?
Yeah, she had her own security.
Yeah. But you were his primary guard, right?
I had to follow him all over every place he went.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was, that way. And then the biggest excitement was they had one of these guys come, down the parachute.
Yeah.
One of those things you fly across, and he landed down.
You mean one of the fan man thing? The guy with the fan in his back and the parachute overhead?
Yeah, well, similar to that, but anyway, he parachuted down. He landed about 10 feet behind where I was sitting, but he had a camera on the front of his helmet so he could be photographing as he came down. Well, it didn't work. And we checked the camera out. We found out it had been taken in a burglary down in San Diego.
They manhandled me very well.
So it was just all kinds of stuff. He was trying to get an exclusive.
Oh, for God's sake! What an idiot! It's a real cast of characters.
It's amazing that Larry Fortensky's perm didn't get sucked up into that helicopter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because that was a hell of a perm he had.
Yeah,
he had a lot of big head of hair.
Yeah, and they used to come out on weekends and they'd yell and scream at each other the whole weekend.
Fortensky?
Yeah.
Larry and Liz or Larry and Michael?
Larry and Liz.
Larry and Liz. No kidding. What would she yell at them about?
I don't know. I just would hear it loud. There's a cottage out there that has 4 separate units, and they aren't too far away from the security office, and we just hear them going at it all night.
Is that right? Oh, man, I would have ran out there. I'd have heard every word they said, you know?
I'm talking 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black out there.
Well, they both drank like fish. So
they're in half in a bag.
They met at Betty Ford.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know he went back to drinking big time because he took that wipeout down the stairs. When that's actual audio.
Yeah, right there.
He was hurt very badly. In fact, he had quite a bit of surgery after taking that fall down the stairs. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was in a coma.
Yeah. Well, what did you think? He had a couple years, and that was it?
There was a fall right there.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for quite a while.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But he had a nice recovery. But interestingly, at the wedding, I heard that the Fortenskys caused quite a stink because Michael wouldn't let the Fortensky family use the bathrooms in the house. He made them use the porta-johns, and the Fortenskys started just urinating in the bushes and stuff on Neverland property. Is that true?
Yeah. Remember I told you, he doesn't allow very many people in his house.
Wow.
So what did they do when the Fortensky family started just using bushes and stuff? That must have irritated him.
Well, you got to remember, still it was nighttime wedding. It was pretty dark after that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would think Jackson would be pretty bummed out if he's walking along one day and here's a big load of human feces right off the path there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, courtesy of the Fortensky family.
Yeah, some Fortensky pile. You know.
I'm going to make a prediction on this trial coming up.
Well, let me ask you, before you get into that, let me ask you this. Because you were with Jackson all the time, you were his primary guard. Did you ever see him drinking?
No.
Not even Jesus juice?
I've seen Coke cans in his hand, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's the Jesus juice.
Yeah, there it is.
It could have been, and I wouldn't know it, you know.
What a dang nut. What a nut.
My prediction, I was a bailiff for 3.5 years in the L.A. County Superior Court system. I was on the Sheriff's Department, so I'm pretty much of an expert in the courtroom. And I expect it's going to take 3 to 6
Well, spread out.
to pick a jury.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's going to be a hung jury, and they're going to have to retry.
Really?
Now, why do you think there'll be a hung jury? Because there's so many people who just are such serious fans of his that they'll be unable to find him guilty?
That's one of it. It only takes one person to hang up that whole 12.
Well, you were bailiff for 3 years. So
yeah, you should know. If anybody know, it'd be you.
And I talked to a lot of jurors after they concluded their cases, and I found out what they used to find the person guilty or innocent, and it was scary. It was scary.
Well, you usually get a job as a jury consultant.
Yeah, well, I could, but I just never thought about it.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course,
that's not too
late. If I go, I have to be on a walker. You know, I'm not. It's
yeah, you
11 years
on the ice at Jackson's property.
For 11 years, I've been on this walker. So.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you get that job as a bailiff? Did you have a law degree or something?
I had a judge ask me.
You knew
I used to drive the sheriff's bus out to Norwalk Superior Court.
The sheriff's bus?
Yeah, I'd take the prisoners and lock up and have them all day, and then take them back to county jail.
Moving
One
up
of the
the system.
judges out there, and Judge Homer Bell, he liked me and wanted me to be his bailiff. And I said,
You said, you kidding?
And I got it.
Yeah, as a Pope Catholic? Come on, let's rock.
As bailiff for 3 years, how many times did you have to rough somebody up?
Oh, we had a couple fights, not too many. There's enough people around normally for people we know who may be troublesome.
And did you literally have to kick their ass or pepper spray them or taser them or anything like that?
I'd take them down and handcuff them.
Oh,
you
yeah,
would?
you
have to cuff
take them down?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, man.
One took up after my judge.
Wow. So
Wow, you're judge.
Did you tackle the guy from behind?
Yep, took him down and then.
Yeah, there he is, taking him down. Look at that. He's using a taser.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet Catherine and Joseph Jackson?
No, the only one I ever met was Janet.
Did Timberlake come over and flop that out or what?
No. No.
No.
No such luck.
Did she have a big ass when you knew her?
No.
She's got a pretty big butt now. So you never saw Jackson grab any wieners or anything, did you?
No, all I just saw was inappropriate touching.
Inappropriate touching. And,
Yeah, where did you see the inappropriate touching? You mentioned on the golf cart and a couple other things.
Yeah, and then the one that really upset me. Well, let me give you another example of a red flag. He had a theater out there where he used to always dancing and
Yes.
this type of thing. And
Yeah.
I followed him out there. He was on a cart with a boy, and they went in. And nothing was going on there. There was no projectionist, no music, no nothing. Inside the theater, there were 2 viewing rooms. Both these viewing rooms will face the stage. In those rooms, each has a double bed, has pillows all over it and toys.
What's there a bed in the? Why is there a bed in a viewing room? That's
Weird.
ridiculous.
Well, just let me finish. And then they have curtains for both those windows and locked door.
It's BS.
So they can be used for viewing or possibly other things.
Yeah.
Can come in and catch them in it.
Right.
Well, they were in for there for about an hour. And I was getting concerned, so I decided I was going to go in. You don't go in unless you're invited in there.
Yeah.
Now, why'd you
And
go in?
just as I was going to go in.
Did you feel
he was concerned?
Did you feel your client was in danger?
Well, I thought somebody was in danger.
Yeah, something was going on. Yeah. Okay.
So just as I started to go in, they came out. So that kind of went away. The other one that
story
bothered me
bombed.
was there's a rec house at the back of the house.
Did you take a whiff of the room after they came out?
No, I didn't go back in there.
Okay.
There's a rec room with all the video games. So he went in there with a kid.
Is this going to go anywhere, or is this going to bomb?
So I went up, looked through the window, and his kid was playing a video game with his back to me. Michael walked up behind him, made full body contact, and put his hands on his shoulders.
Ooh.
So
he pressed in other words, he pressed the front of his body against the back of the child's body.
Yeah, and then he started looking around, so I backed away from the window.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because I can't do my investigation. He catches me at it. So
right.
They were. If they'd stayed in a couple of minutes longer, I was going to make an excuse and go in and tell me he had a phone call.
Yeah.
But they came out.
Oh, you were that close to busting him.
Yeah. So they came out and.
See, he has like a sixth sense. He knows when you're around, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know if you're making a bunch of noise and knocking things over and just kind of an oath or what, but however...
It's like that homo sixth sense or pedophile sixth sense, I think.
See, he knows.
He wasn't behind locked doors like he normally would be.
Robert, Robert, you're pictured in the back of the book, aren't you, with a mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to grow that mustache?
There's 2 pictures in there. One when I had taken when I was there, and the other one was taken about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Wait, Mr. Wegner.
How long did it take you to grow that mustache?
Not too long.
Not too long?
No, you're one of those guys.
Yeah, it looks like it when
My daughters wanted me to grow a mustache. I grew that mustache in 1970.
No, we really don't care. Listen,
okay.
I already made like infinity of those at scout camp.
How many times did you feel that Proud of yourself. You were part of, was it 1 or 2 times where the police came and had search warrants? Once? And did they walk away with just truckloads of stuff?
They had boxes of stuff, yeah. They left a list of everything they took, and then that was turned over to MJJ Productions.
And what role did you play in the search warrant? Did you help them find the stuff?
No, I just was there to make sure that everything went according to the law.
Oh, okay. So you were basically
didn't get damaged, things like that.
You were enforcing the search warrant.
I was there to make sure that they were enforcing it correctly.
Right. Well, you were making sure it was being enforced correctly, in other words.
Because LAPD told me when I was there that this is going to go to a sealed envelope. No one's going to even know we've been here. They knew it before they ever left the ranch. The news had a hold of it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But you had a job to do, and you did it.
That's right.
Well, that's right.
Robert W. Wegner, My 3 Years Working for Michael Jackson. It's available. You want to tell us how to get it again?
Yeah, my publisher, you can get it at authorhouse.com, barnesandnoble.com, or
Already made like infinity of
amazon.com.
those at scout camp.
Okay, and can you tell us anything more about Elizabeth Taylor, what your experiences were like with her?
Okay, when she, after the wedding, she came out to the ranch on a helicopter, all dressed up as a gypsy. She had purchased an elephant for Michael as a thank you for having the wedding there.
No,
I had to go out to the heliport and pick her up, and she's all dressed up. And
Oh, you went to the heliport?
well, he has one in the back of his ranch.
Oh, yeah. Did you fly the helicopter?
Oh no,
Did you lead it in? I mean, did you have the
The
flashlights and
sticks and all
stuff?
that.
yeah, we had all that out there. It
Oh, is
scared
that
me
Oh,
right?
man.
What kind
Wow.
of chopper was it?
I don't recall. It was a four-seater or something.
Yeah.
And how close?
Cool.
When you let it in, how close to the X did it land?
Just about right on the pad.
Dead
Man,
nuts.
nice job.
That's some kind of flying. God.
And, so I picked her up in the electric cart and was bringing her down to the house where we were going to surprise Michael with the elephant.
You drove her. You drove her in the electric cart.
Yeah, I told her how nice she looked. And she says, well,
Wow.
I said, you know, you and I graduated from the same high school. She says, what? Yeah, University High School. She says, really? You were before me, right? I says, no, you were before me.
Did you have much more experience with Larry Fortensky? What kind of guy was Fortensky?
Never had much to do with him. He was always off doing other things.
Oh, you're lucky about that.
Wow.
Was Liz Taylor half in the bag back then? Was she obviously drunk or?
Well, I didn't actually see her drunk. I just saw her. I had to go into the house one morning. They requested something. We bring something in, and I saw her without any makeup on.
Oh God.
Oh boy, how was that?
Jesus.
O'clock in the morning.
Oh
Was
man.
was that pretty rough?
It surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about Fortensky? Did you ever see him without his perm?
No.
No. I don't think anybody has.
Boy, that was quite a spill that guy took down the stairs.
Yeah,
I'll
but
tell
you know what? His hair looked the same at the top of the stairs as on the bottom of the stairs.
Well,
That's a great thing with a hairstyle like that.
that wipeout he took, though, he was in a coma. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
Did you visit him in the hospital?
No.
No? Why not?
Hey, he wasn't your man. You didn't have to protect him. Why visit anybody who's not your person?
Well, it wasn't my place to either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. I forget about all these professional courtesies
No,
that you guys are aware of in the business.
Yeah. Forget about it. Yeah.
Well,
right,
how many
man.
years did you spend in the security business, Robert?
Oh, I've been in and out of it for 20, 30 years.
Wow. Well, one of the true pros of security.
You're one of the best, man.
Robert Wegner. He looked after Michael Jackson for 3 years, and he's written a book about it. My 3 years working for Michael Jackson by Robert W. Wegner. Robert, appreciate the time, and it's an important story to tell, and I hope you get to tell it to the right people.
So do I.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
Robert.
Thanks for having me on.
Have a good one.
You bet.
Bye-bye. There's Bob Wegner.
Bob Wagner. Robert.
Hands up! How long did it take you to grow that mustache?
He actually answered the question.
Jeez. Poor guy.